All right, you this might be a pretty touchy one, but let's see what happens. How do you feel when Asian Americans are labeled as white adjacent?
Like, what do they mean by that? Like there's a privilege to it?
Yeah, I think it's meant as an obvious diss, but it's like it's the same thing as calling the nerd a fucking math genius to me. Yeah. I don't see how it's supposed to hurt our feelings, but all right.
The model minority myth. You know how like Asians kind of integrate well to Western society? Yeah. So then there's this whole thing about like, oh, you guys are bootlickers because, well, I think there's layers to it, right? So when some people think that when you assimilate too much, you're a race traitor.
You're a sellout.
You're a sellout. You're like, but then there's like, it's not just something that they're saying. There's certain observations as to why. So like, for example, a lot of Asian women will marry white men, right? And or a lot of Asian men will also marry white women. That would be the highest mix of like Asian and other, higher than Latino or Black. And then they tend to kind of socialize the most with white, meaning, and it's and the reasons they don't understand, but that's the observation they make, right? Like they tend to do well in a lot of corporations, and they'll take like a middle management role or whatever. But I think the argument is Asians align with white, and they not backstab, but like they don't try to align with minorities. So it's like they're going to these Ivy Leagues, they're trying to be white, they're trying to do all these things. I don't think they understand why. It's just trying to integrate and be successful, but they see it as you're just trying to be white.
You know what I call those people?
Stupid.
Gay.
Yeah, it's gonna
every industry. I think if there is and like this is looking at it not with emotions or whatever, right? Just like objectively, every industry, I feel like there is something to strive for. So if you can be that adjacent in that industry, they're doing a good job. Yeah. So if like Asians are coming from places that they don't even have the language, they're not born here, they're coming from a deficit, a lot of them from war-torn countries. If they come here and they excel, and then now they're like they're sitting at the same conference table as some fourth generation East Coast Boston Ivy League guy. Yeah. Kudos to that motherfucker. It's like wear the white adjacent thing proud, because that motherfucker, like, yeah, he did it, you know? And I think it probably comes from insecurity, because that other dude saying, oh, you're white adjacent isn't coming from that white guy's mouth, that Wall Street dude's mouth. It's coming probably from someone else.
Someone your race, yeah.
Yeah, someone your race. They're like, dude, you're so fucking white adjacent. And what they're really just trying to say is like, how come you're not down here with me? That's how I take it. Yeah, exactly.
I definitely feel like it's like, I think anybody, first of all, who's using that as an insult, that's shouting that out, you have to first prove that you weren't bullied, because that's probably what happened. Because I think there's a lot of creators I see that they talk down, and they always like to say that, oh, like this one creator, I think his name's like Etch-a-Sketch or whatever. He posted this thing showing that Filipinos were like servants at Epstein Island or some shit. And he's like, see what that gets you? Like, you think you're white adjacent, you're just beneath them. And it's like
crazy, dude.
What the fuck? Like
Filipinos white adjacent.
Well, I'll give you
but he's saying it as if like you think like being white adjacent means you think you're in rank with them, but you're still serving them. But I think like the only people who think that's a big deal are the people calling white adjacency. The people that are there don't even think about it. Like, that's just my homie Clark. I'm not sucking his dick. Yeah.
That's
I think
awful, dude.
Filipinos are black adjacent. Sing good, dance, music, sports, arts.
My whole
parties
with the white adjacent shit is
retarded,
I
man.
feel like it's only other Asian people saying you're white adjacent.
to other Asians.
Yeah, like I don't really
That mentality thing.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like when I feel like when you come to America, especially a lot of your parents, they want you to be more American eventually, right? Like there's a crowd of Asian people that say, hey, we want you to be a little bit more American or whatever, right? But then on the flip side, there's a ton of Asian people that keep their Asian culture here and they don't really assimilate that well to American culture, right? There's pockets of everything. But then, some white Americans will be like, hey, well, you come here, you speak English, blah, blah, blah. You got to act a certain way. And I feel like that happens on both sides. But whenever I hear that term white adjacent, I'm just thinking that it's always a fucking some Asian dude saying it. And it's like, bro, there's enough examples of both like in America. And it's like, that's just part of the deal, right? Like there's going to be communities that stay the same. Right. Like look at Monterey Park. You think any of those people are like trying to be American?
They don't give a fuck about being American.
They're just trying to live and survive in America. That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And now because of that, we get a really rich culture of Asian food, Asian culture that a lot of people that other races get to enjoy. And that's the whole point of America, right? Like I don't understand that. It just drives me crazy.
Like why is it your responsibility to make sure that you don't have too many white friends? Are we supposed to cap it so we don't look complicit?
Like, why do you hate?
What if they grew up in an all-white neighborhood and they don't have any other like options?
You're gonna get mad at them for having white friends? That's crazy to me.
When people judge Tim, like Tim Chantraxu for freaking growing up in fucking Paramount.
Same guys that get
You don't know what Paramount's like to say that like, oh, why does he sound like that? Why does he have friends like why doesn't he have
He's trying to be black.
What the fuck, dude?
He's trying to be Mexican, he's trying to be black. It's like, dude, shut.
And then what exactly is minorities when you have so many cities that are damn near 80% Mexican, 80% Chinese? Like if you exist in those bubbles, you're dominant. You're not a minority. Just because you go online.
Subject to the culture you grew up in, right? Like how is that so hard to understand?
I don't know.
It's just like, bro, step outside.
I'm saying like first you gotta prove you weren't bullied by the person that you want us to hate. You know what I mean? Like this, just tell me if that happened to you.
I also think what's happening is like they see one example and they start applying it to other people that they think that's happening. So for example, right? Let's say there are Asians that are having an identity crisis and they don't really like being Asian. Like they exist, right? They wish they were white.
Somebody made them feel bad about being Asian.
Right, but wait. So they do exist, right? So let's say you do observe that in someone, and then you see an Asian girl with a white guy, and now you attach what you observed there to her, not knowing her story, not knowing that they just authentically fell in love and it wasn't like an Oxford study situation. It's just happened that way. But I think low IQ human beings, they don't have the ability to look at each situation one at a time. So they'll see one example and then they'll apply it to all. And I think that's where the whole white adjacency stuff comes from, because what ends up happening is they'll develop a cognitive bias, and then now they can constantly see that over and over and see, oh, there goes another fucking race trading Asian.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they do apply that whatever anger they have from it to like everything they see.
Instead of like, it's kind of like, they're even attacking like Hapa girls like that have white dad.
Yeah.
And like they're basically accusing everyone with the white dad as like a passport bro that went and fucking. And then they're calling their Asian moms like a hooker and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
For 30 years, dude. What the fuck? Your parents are divorced and they're both Chinese.
I love this manufactured scarcity of Asians, as if there's not fucking enough of them on Earth to go around.
Biggest fucking population in the world.
We can afford to mix it up. I'm just saying, we're not like freaking Cham or like Mongs. Like we can afford to like mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy to even have like when I hear people use weird phrases like that, I'm like, man, you're the most bitch-made N-word I'm like,
it's terms that
I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of words
people
are
don't
those?
say those terms.
Well, that's why I'm like, I just want people to be more open about like, okay, if white people are your enemy personally, say that first so that I know where you're coming from, instead of trying to make me rethink my life and go, oh, I actually am a servant to the whites.
And we're in America, like, are we not allowed to have multicultural relationships and be close with people that are, right? Because they even say that shit like when Steve is here, right? And then they're like, look at these fucking minstrels trying to make a white man laugh with Asian jokes.
That's what you got out of that?
And I'm all like, I make the same jokes without him here. I actually hold back because there's a white guy here, and I don't want him to get in trouble for me making racist Asian jokes. Yeah.
When Steve's not here, we do way more accents.
I refused to do accent. Remember we tried to make him do a Viet accent? He said no.
Yeah, it does come down to low IQ though.
Yeah. And I think low experience. I think like if you just have no diversity in your friend group, like you are going to feel certain ways towards certain people.
I think people that think that way, they think they live in a world where it's us versus them, white against us. And I just don't see it like that. I give everybody a chance to get to know, and I want to know the individual. Is this person good, moral, or not? But to me, the way that they're saying it is like, we're one tribe, we're Asian, and we have to prioritize that beyond actual relationships we have with people individually.
I think a lot of people also are trying to make a political binary to it where they're like, okay, if you're Asian, you technically should be a leftist. Like there's some people that do say that. And I think like if you are possessing any conservative viewpoints, then you're a MAGA Asian, race traitor, white adjacent.
Yeah.
They just go label. You know, like you can't have any nuanced thoughts or, you know, individual views.
I had an Uber driver tell me one time, he was like, hey man, you're like you're a cool Asian. I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, I know you mean it as a compliment, but I'm like, my whole life it's always been like, oh, you're this type of Asian.
Yeah.
You're not very Asian, whatever the phrase is. I'm like, what is that? What does it mean to be Asian to you then?
What's a cool
Yeah, do you want me to be doing kung fu all the time? Do you want me to be like flying in and bowing all the time? Like, in your mind,
Lame like the other ones.
If I had to guess, I would just say because you're more sociable. That's it.
yeah, I guess, but at the same time, it's something I've always heard in every stage of my
I hear it
life.
all the time too. Yeah.
You guys all heard the same thing. But then my question growing up fundamentally was like, what does it mean to you to be Asian? Like, what does that
I
mean?
got it when I was running the studios and I had this like these black clients. There's like fucking 20 of them, and the lead girl of this group, after dealing with her the entire day for the shoot, she was like talking to me and like hitting on me and shit, and she's like, you one of them down ass Asians. And I was like, huh?
That's pretty cool.
See, black adjacent.
Yeah.
Homie was like, he was like, yo, he got a girl. Like, don't be saying that shit. And then like, I think I realized that like, it's just because I didn't have a stick up my ass while I'm talking to him. You know, like I'm just chill. Like I'm not trying to.
So that's what they see most Asians as like not approachable and like intense.
And I don't think it's racist for them to feel that way because
If that's what they went, I see. Yeah.
you will commonly run into Asians that feel like they're uptight and that they're not nice to you. This is pretty out there, yeah.
That Uber driver said I was a down ass Asian. That had been different.
And he started trying to kiss you and shit.
Then it's like confidence booster.
But you know,
I'm a gay ass Asian.
I see this happen to like
One of them gay ass Asians.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I'm Filipino.
So I see the similar thing happening to like black creators that maybe don't say the same things that everyone wants them to say in the community. Yeah, they could be conservative or they could just be like liberal, but they're not saying the same things, right? And then automatically in the comments, it's like, Uncle Tom, you wish you were white, this and that. Like, why don't you talk like us, whatever. And I'm like, dude, that fucking sucks. Like, education is tied to being white.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It should be tied to being Asian.
Yeah, that guy is Asian
He's
adjacent.
an Asian black.
He's smart.
like, it should be tied to math and Asians, right? Are you trying to be Chinese?
Black guy.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson is
Science black.
is Asian adjacent.
He's an appropriator, bro.
But it's the same arguments in the black community too.
Right? So, but it's the losers of their community trying to pull them down. That's the best It's the fucking losers. That's the best point. Yeah.
Yeah, the best point is that every race will deal with the losers of their own community trying to pull them back down.
Yeah.
Ours are these guys. Yeah, theirs are those guys.
Oh, you think you're fucking white? Yeah. You know what I noticed? No, the ones that hate the white people the most end up with a white partner.
Like Kamala.
Dude, fucking colonized in the sheets, activists in the streets, dude. The ones that are most vocal about like all that shit and the race politics and all that, like, bro, I don't know what it is. They're
Like, I think they had different experiences, and I just want them to tell us what those are, because I think like their experiences made them see white people as such a big deal.
I think they got bullied.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think someone white made them feel inferior, and I think let's deal with that. Let's not deal with my life. Like, let's deal with yours. Like, what happened to you, and how can you like feel better about that shit?
Because I don't feel like white people have power over me at all.
One does.
I allow her to.
She's a Welsh white.
Yeah.